news. Things we're not really plugged in. And welcome to Friends Like Us. I'm Marina Franklin here for you. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, and other religions or whatever you do. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Marina Franklin's Friends Like Us Live. Today we have a really good show lined up for you. Hopefully, they remember to join us. I do this every Saturday, exception of the holidays, which are upon us. So, like for Christmas, which is, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, it's my birthday. So, we will not be doing a live on my birthday. And I had some cat hair, some old cat hair on my lips. Yeah. Yeah, Christmas is my birthday. So, happy birthday to me and Jesus. They always forget. But, yeah, it's a hard birthday to have on Christmas. This is the reason I'm actually not the best gift giver, by the way. Like a lot of people they know I'm a horrible gift giver. I've been told I'm a horrible gift giver. I've gotten better over the years, but the reason is it's just payback for the day that's always forgotten. My birthday, which is Christmas. Because I don't get 2 gifts. Sometimes I don't even get 1. Sometimes I don't even get a happy birthday. But because of social media, I get more happy birthdays than I've ever gotten in my life. I used to get like at midnight, my dad would remember. It was the funniest thing. He would come out with a muffin and be like, "Baby, we didn't forget. Happy birthday." And he put a candle in the muffin. But we always had really good Christmases with my dad. So it didn't matter because it was like the best holidays with my dad. We had amazing Christmases. We had amazing like 5 Christmases with my dad. So there were like 5 of them. And when I was little, there was like at least 4, maybe 3. There were some bad Christmases. There was the Christmas that I spent with him in the hospital. And there was no other way I would rather spend it. I know the holidays are hard for folks. Why did I just make it sad, like really fast? How did I do that? I'm what you call Debbie Downer. Anyway, you guys, I do this every Saturday possible when I can to promote the podcast, Friends Like Us. If you're not familiar with the podcast, it features women of color talking about hot topics. Once a month, we do have a white or we have a man. We've had a lot of men lately. So it's been a heavy flow. This week episode, we have Keith Robinson on the podcast. Yes, the legend, Keith Robinson. He's taping his Netflix special on December 19th. That's a Tuesday. I believe that is the right date, December 19th. I keep getting them confused because the holidays are so fast upon, yes, it's December 19th. Also, I am performing at the City Winery in New York City on December 16th. That's a Saturday. Yes, a Saturday at 7:30 p.m. here in New York City, featuring Onika McClean. She's going to be featuring, and I can't think of a better person to have because she is so much fun. I'm hoping that she shows up today. I have her as a guest to come on today, so I'm hoping that she remembers and shows up. She's just got the best energy. She always wears like these great outfits. She's a grown ass woman too. I like having women around me because I'm a grown ass woman. I don't got time for kids in this, I'll inspire you, I'll mentor, but I ain't got time. So, Onika, she been doing this for a while. So, and she's very funny. And I'm going to see her tonight too at a comedy club that I will not mention because the most important thing I want you to do is go to the City Winery. If you know someone in New York City, tell them to go to the City Winery. And it's a great spot for the holidays. It's like they got good food, they got great wine, and it's right on the I want to say on the Hudson right? No, on the West Side Highway, right off by the water. And it's just like everything around there is very holiday right now. Like me, I don't know. I tried my attempt. I put the tree here because my friend Alana, I don't know if you're on here. I haven't looked at the chat. She told me to move it over, but I have to say this: the tree. The reason I don't do that is because the other one, the eucalyptus plant, which is with the poinsettia thing, has water in it. I just don't want it to fall. There's like nothing next to it, so. Oh, thank you for wishing me a happy birthday, Smitty. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Aw. You're a bad gift giver too, Indira, because your son was born on December 20. Yep. See? It's just not fair. It's not fair. I'm gonna put in the chat my link tree. Okay. I'm typing it right now. Go here if you want to get tickets to the shows. Okay. To my City Winery show. And here's the thing. If you know someone that wants to go really bad, I got 2 tickets that I'll give out today on this live. 2 tickets, comps for them. If you know some people or if you want to go, I'll give you 2 tickets on this live. You just give me the name, the first and the last name. You send them to me in this chat, or you can, go to my link tree. You could contact me anyway. You know how to. There's so many ways to contact me. I was with the ice cream lady today, and she was like, "How do I contact you?" I was like, "Oh, go to my link tree." And I was like, "Oh, wait, it's kind of not easy, is it?" So the link tree though has all of the links to my shows. It has all the links and platforms where you can listen to Friends Like Us live. Hmm. So go to that. Okay. So how are you guys doing? Are you guys good? Are you festive? How you feeling? There's a lot going on in the world that's not good. So I think it's okay to celebrate the holidays, to pick up your spirits, because it's a it's a it's a tough time. Okay. Taylor Swift is Woman of the Year, I think, or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you Swifties? I'm not really a Swiftie, but I appreciate her. I see what she does. I think she's amazing. She's definitely hands down, like the way she owns her music, the everything that she. I don't really study, so it. And then I can kind of see some people are trying to create like a war. It was coming. We knew it was coming, right? Because people like to see women fight. We knew they were going to try to be like, who do you like? Was Beyonce? I mean, Kanye started it, right? But we knew that was going to come at some point. But I like that it hasn't like taken off. It's not getting any steam. Like I feel like even Beyonce has like they did it. Like they took a picture together. They look good. They're hanging out. Smitty, you want to go? Oh, good, Suche. I'm so glad you're going. Thank you. I'm so glad. Bring a friend. And Smitty, by the way, one of the best names for a comic to say, Smitty. Smitty, who named you? Like what? Not it's not an insult, but Smitty, where does that come from? Like when you were born, did they go, Smitty is it? Like, how did they come up with that name? It's such a uh Chicago style name. That's what I'm gonna say. It's got everything in it that's fun. You're fun. I miss you, Smitty. Have you been in New York and not told me, by the way? Oh, DJ Eric Prince is here. Smitty, if you want to follow another DJ, DJ Eric Prince, follow him. By the way, DJ Eric Prince, I'm working on a comedy show, hopefully up here in Harlem. So I may need your skills soon on a Sunday night. We'll see what happens though. You never played Taylor Swift song? Have you ever remixed? I've never heard a remix of a Taylor Swift. I wouldn't mind hearing a remix of a Swiftie song. Why not? I like her. I like that one song. Mm, Um, and back together. We will never, ever, ever get back together. Like, it was fun. It was a fun song. So anyway, oh my God, if you're a Smith, you're a Smitty. I don't get that. What do you mean if you're a Smith, you're a Smitty? Your real name is Smith and it's like a nickname? I don't know. So, I'm not sure. No, everyone does not know that. What are you talking about? No. Ooh, DJ Eric Prince, you gonna work on a mix with Taylor Swift? Please do that. I would love it. By the way, there's some music out right now that I'm sort of like confused by that this younger generation. I know it's every older generation attacks the younger generation's music, but I'm trying to understand the song about my thing is pink and my is brown. I'm just nervous that some kid will be on here watching this, so I'm trying to like edit because it's so grotesque. Like, but it's in a song. Like, Jeannie Gaffigan, who's a good friend of mine, she was like, "My kids were playing the song." I'm like, "What are you listening?" It's like, what is that? Is that music that will never become elevator music ever? My pee is pink, my booty hole is brown. Like, that will never be elevator music. I remember when I was young and I was like, "Oh, house music. If this became elevator music, it would be hysterical." I've actually heard some like elevator style house music. Like I remember when they took the whistle song and here's a test. What commercial did they use it for? DJ Eric Prince, you should know this. You know, the whistle song by Frankie Knuckles. Aren't you impressed that I can whistle? Has anyone ever whistled in a microphone live ever? I don't think there's like enough people who like appreciate whistling. What is this? What? White out Michael say what you talking about? Never say never, never say never. We will never get back together. We ever get back together. So I don't know. I haven't listened to any of her new stuff because like I'm still stuck in my old house head. Like I listen to a lot of like it's not even old actually. I listen to like DJs who break new music, like DJ Eric Prince. There's some women out there, DJ Monday Blue, Blue Monday, sorry, Monday Blue, or let me get it right. There's also her name is Remarkable, spelled with an I, not with an E. She is this lady, DJ. Get it? DJ Remarkable from Detroit. This lady can break some records. There's a couple of things that I've played in my dances, like when I haven't done a Friday dance video in a while because I've been busy, but her stuff is whoa. Like every time I'm like when she's mixing on it's called Defected House Music. Defected in the House is a podcast, right? Where you can listen to all kinds of it's defected radio, and they produce a lot of music. They like rep DJs. Like Natasha Diggs is another female DJ that I love, and she does Soul in the Horn and all that. Hers is more very popular. I hate like getting when things get too mainstream, I kind of pull away. That's just who I am. But DJ Remarkable from Detroit, like she's from Detroit. So the house music from Detroit is very good. It's close to Chicago, so it's got those roots. Now, DJ Remarkable, you got to check her out cuz she's on um house music all life long, Defected Radio. If you want to hear some good stuff, some new stuff, check her out. And of course, I DJ Eric Prince, who's on here, he is like a librarian. He is like the library of house music. We are never getting back together. Oh, if you mix that, DJ Eric Prince, do you understand the magic? By the way, am I clear on here? I'm just curious because I've been clear for the past few weeks. I just want to make sure you guys, you all see me. Can you see me? Oh, did Detroit start drum and bass? I didn't know that. 7 Up used the whistle song. Meh. Wrong. But welcome, Whiteout. Listen, let me put you here. Whiteout Michael St. John. This is the first time I've seen you on here. Welcome to my live. I do this every Saturday to promote my podcast, Friends Like Us. So no, it's not. It's the 7 Up. They didn't use the whistle song. I'm gonna do it one more time for you guys. And someone's got to if you get it right, someone you know may get a free ticket. How about that for a winning contest? Like you may win. But the whistle song. Anyway, it's a great. Oh, I think we got it. Yes, Smitty, you won. It is the Lipton tea commercial. That's what they took a house music classic like the whistle song Frankie Knuckles, and yes, they made it into a Lipton tea commercial. And we as the house community was all up in arms. So, Smitty, that gets you absolutely nothing because you can't come to New York to my show. If you come to my show, I will give you that ticket though. That is this Saturday coming. Thank you, Sue J, for coming to the show. That is Saturday, December 16th, 7:30 p.m. at the City Winery. Now we're going to bring on our friend. He's backstage. He's waiting. You know, he's a troublemaker. We love him though. Don't we? We love to hate. Well, we don't hate him. We love to mess with him. We love to say he's clueless because he is. There's no argument there. Anyway, here we go. Welcome everybody to the David Juskow.
Hi. Hello. Here's me. Hello.
How
Can you
are
hear me?
you?
All right.
Just all right?
Yeah, I'm not great today.
I could tell. What's going on?
I don't know. What show are you doing Saturday?
I'm doing the City Winery.
Upstairs?
No, I'm doing it in the
That's fantastic. It's a big room.
not the big room. No,
You're doing the upstairs, the loft.
The loft.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Are you doing it yourself?
No, I'm doing it with Onika. She's gonna come on.
Who the hell is
in a
on?
little bit.
Oh, she's coming on.
She's coming on. Yeah, every comic has told me that they love the loft space. It's more.
I've only seen bands, I've seen 3 bands there. I mean, I like going there and I like that space. I don't know how it is for comedy. I'm assuming it's okay.
Everyone says it's great. They say that the bigger room is not. Like someone told me they wouldn't do it. Like they were like
I don't know what the story was, but I was there with Sarah about 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she was doing like a woman's show, her and Judy Gold and stuff. And she bombed. I mean, it was really confusing.
Was it in the bigger room?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. They're saying the big room is too.
I think it was also the audience themselves. It was like really weird. Really weird. I mean,
I saw someone bomb last night. And can I tell you, let's talk about bombing for a second because it's always fun. Yeah. I saw someone we both know really well. and he bombed last night, and it's been coming for a while because I think he was a little drunk or whatever, but it was brutal. And my sister's here, and she saw it, and Lois, it was one of those bombs where you can see when they don't know how to get off the stage. It's so bad.
I've had those.
Oh no, I know you have. How did it feel?
It's the worst. I mean, unless the one in Atlantic City where I got booed off stage was kind of funny for some reason, that didn't bother me. But when you bomb at a normal place and you're not expecting it, it's the worst. You start to sweat and you don't know what to do. It's the worst. I mean, it certainly happened to me many, many times,
It
unfortunately.
happened to me last Saturday. I had one show.
I know. I heard.
Last Saturday was like I had 3 shows that were killer, and then this one show, I walked in and I was feeling good and I was happy about myself, and they were like, "No. No." And I was like, I just had to stop. Like, I'm not one to keep going. When that happens, I'll stop and I'll acknowledge it, and I'll be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I asked him, I said, "Is it me or is it you?" And this one guy goes, "It's us."
This is at the Cellar?
I'm not gonna say which club,
Oh, okay.
but he
Yeah,
goes,
because you can't. I've never seen anybody really bomb at the Cellar.
"I have." That's what I saw last night.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say who.
Oh, I know who it was. It was Dave Attell.
No.
Yes, it was.
I'll say this. It was so bad.
How bad was it?
Oh, like an intervention needs to happen.
Was it Ray Allen?
That's how Ray Allen is like bombing on a regular. That's nothing new. That's not like if Ray did well, I would be like,
Right, that would be the story.
yeah, I'd be like, Ray had a killer set. Is something wrong? What happened? But no, this was like a legend, and it was weird.
Oh, Natterman.
No,
Okay.
no.
I'm just having fun.
But I'll tell you what, like after you bomb, like when I took the train home, which is even more depressing after you bomb, is you get on the train. I saw this guy eating ice cream, and
On the
you're
train?
no on the platform. Yeah, it was weird, and I just was I wanted to shove him right onto the tracks.
I
I
can't.
just it's
I
something
won't
about
even bring a cup of coffee into that fucking train station. I'm not doing any drinking or eating in there. Even when I see people with coffee cups on the train, I'm like, are you insane? You can't wait to have your coffee either at home or at work? And what about those people that eat the platters of food on the train? I mean, what the fuck?
I haven't used that in a while. Well, the thing is like I actually, listen, I don't get it. I don't know why anyone would want to eat on the subway, but I don't judge them because people are
You don't
hungry.
judge them? No.
Except for the guy eating the ice cream in a cold
No.
weather.
Even if you're hungry, eat it just before you enter the platform, before you go down the stairs. Finish your food.
Sometimes you have a busy day.
No. Everything you're saying is wrong. You never have that busy a day where you can't shovel down some food not on the subway. There's plenty of other places that you got to shovel down. And if you're eating ice cream, that's not because you're hungry. That's because you're a fucking idiot.
You're an asshole.
Why
That's what
would
I was
you
thinking. I was like,
wouldn't that
asshole.
ruin your appetite eating on the subway, seeing those fucking people? Do you know when I eat on a daily basis at my house, I have to have like the TV on to the exact perfect thing so I don't get disgusted by anything, so I'm not reminded of something. It has to be like an episode of something I've seen before so that there can be nothing disgusting in it that's going to ruin my dinner. That's how bad it is for me.
I know it's Ashley today took a bus because she's so
Why?
grossed out by the
Oh,
subway.
you're going to say something else. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Huh? What?
I'm just kidding.
What? What'd you say? I missed it. What'd you say?
I said nothing.
You jive turkey.
You can't be no jive turkey so close to Thanksgiving.
Well, they're like, oh, was it Voss, the legend? No. Well, Voss did eat too much last night and then went on
You didn't tell me
stage.
your sister's in town. You know how much I love her.
I told her, I said, you could stay with him. I don't want you here.
Oh,
I
what'd she
told her
say?
that. I said, my
I ain't
space is
staying with that
small.
jive turkey.
She was like, I can. She actually
Really?
thought about it. I was like, he's offered that you can stay you can stay there. He's got more space than me. And you'd like it. And you and Dave would have fun. He would have so much fun if you
I
came
would
over.
love for her to stay
Yeah,
over.
I've told her, and she was like, "You think so?" I go, "Listen, you're ruining my life right now. I don't have
But doesn't
room."
she work and have
She's
you're
working.
you're right, DJ. So like her job is pretty good. Like, doesn't she have money for oh yeah, I guess you don't want to stay in a hotel or something. Yeah.
I think it's like I get it. It's
How long
real.
does she stay for? And don't wouldn't these jobs put her up for the kind of
They
work
do
that she does?
sometimes. They do sometimes, and other times they don't. She's building,
How many days
so
is she here for?
when you're new and you're building, you don't have it like that,
Yeah, sure, I understand.
But they have put her up before. They have in Brooklyn. They put her in a hotel, and I was concerned. I was like,
Okay.
"Wait, where is that
No,
hotel?"
that's not good.
I was like, "Just make sure you listen." I always have to explain to her things aren't like they are here everywhere. Like a hotel here don't mean a hotel elsewhere. A hotel here could be shady.
Oh, absolutely. I have stayed in a couple of those shady ones that I thought were cool. As a matter of fact, one of the girls, just before I started my job, I remember she stayed at this little boutique hotel on the Upper East Side. I'm like, where's there a hotel on the Upper East Side? And it wasn't shady, it wasn't horrible, but yeah, there's a lot of shady hotels that are like right out of the movie Big. Remember when Tom Hanks first comes to town with no money and he's in a shithole and there's gunshots and everything, and maybe it's not like that,
Yeah.
but yeah,
You gotta
it's
be
pretty
careful.
scary when you're from out of town and you're trying to book a hotel. I'm like, well, this seems okay.
New
Uh,
York is
yeah.
every corner. There's a hustle.
I stayed at a hotel once right around 26th Street and 3rd. I didn't stay there. I was dating a girl there that I met at a bar, and she was staying there. It was the most interesting hotel, but I would never stay there myself. Every
Mm.
room was like a different thing. Like one was a Chinese or Chinese action film room, and like one was like a spring, and one was a winter one. It was like really kind of cool,
Mhm.
but it was definitely weird and shady.
Yeah, and it wasn't exactly clean.
No, exactly. I don't know whether I told you, but one of our friends was staying at the Chelsea Hotel. And
Oh.
I told her, I said, "Why are you staying there?" And she's like, "Oh, they fixed it up. It's run by a different company now." I'm like, "No, no. There's no way that is completely fixed. So you shouldn't be staying there because I have a friend who still lives there. He still has an apartment there. And if somebody has still an apartment in there, and this hotel is a piece of crap, for years.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a living legend hotel. A lot of junkies who wrote poetry and sang live there. But my friend still has an apartment there, which means it is not a full hotel. There's still weirdos that have
I
their
see him.
rent controlled apartment there. And the guy, this is the best story. This guy came up and was helping her with her bags. He was high as a kite. And he's like, "Oh, you want me to grab that bag too?" She's like, like, "I thought you were gonna grab all my bags." "Hey, I saw you a few years ago somewhere. It was awesome." Like it was just the whole experience was what you do in a hotel. And then there was like a fire alarm, and everybody had to leave. And she's like, "Please get me out of here." And then she stayed at a high quality hotel. She's like, Juskow was right this time. That was the best part of the story.
But
Yeah.
also, like, the fire alarm, I just wanna see the line of people who live
Right.
there coming out,
Right.
like, the types of characters, because it's right by the Gotham Comedy Club, so every now and then, you
Right.
see, like, the people who live there, like, kind of, like, strolling across the street, and they look like they're not okay.
Anytime a hotel says we're a hotel and we've got under new management or any of that stuff, but it's in a landmark building, it's got to be bad because you cannot make the true changes you want to make. You can't touch a lot of the structures
Oh, I
when
didn't
they're
know
a
that.
historical landmark, which is what the Chelsea Hotel is.
Ah.
Plus, that hotel used to have that wonderful seafood place, El
Yeah, it's gone. We
Quixote.
went to your birthday for that.
Yeah, and
That
then
one year.
it might still be there, but now it's like they've doubled the price. Remember they used to have a daily double, 2 lobsters for like $20?
Well, I don't know. I remember just you having this bib on You just looked ridiculous. I was like, you guys invited me, you, David Tells, Rachel, and you had this bib on. You were so happy. And I don't eat seafood like that. So I was just confused by the whole thing, but I was just happy I was invited. And I remember the size of food they gave you, though. It was a lot.
Dave Juskow likes that kind of stuff, you know.
It was a good time.
It was 2 lobsters for like $25, a daily double. And so I was in all my glory. I never wore bibs, but I only wear the bib because it's hilarious. And yeah, I was glad you.
Oh, DJ Eric Prince wants a picture. I don't know if we have. That's a one that we have to draw up because we did take a picture that day.
I have a picture of me in the bib,
but not from that group.
I don't know. I was with Memo also. Was he there too? And his daughter. So.
Oh, that's right. Memo was there.
It's at least 10 to just 12 years old. It's not that long ago. Yeah, the bibs always look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Usually I wear my eating shirt, so I don't need the bib.
Now, our guest is here, and I know she can't stay long because she's hosting a lot of great comedy shows tonight. So I'm going to bring her on. You guys, I want you to help welcome the very funny, the very talented Onika McClean.
Hello, Onika.
Hi, how are you?
The applause.
Onika, so look at her. She's so great. So Onika is featuring for me. And let me tell you something. Like, when I ask, you know, like, because this is my first time doing this show. So I had to ask someone who I knew was like experienced, had experience hosting and stuff. And I've asked a few people, but Onika was the only one who had like this just genuine enthusiasm. And just like, she's always like, when I see her at the Stand Comedy Club, she always has the best outfits. She had this jumpsuit on last weekend. I was going to rip it off your body. You are just fantastic, Onika. Thank you.
So are you.
I like people that dress up for comedy.
Well, it's a bunch of amazing people in comedy, but there are few and far between that have like really good hearts and then murder on the stage. Like normally, if you were really nice,
That's right. You're right. It's like, you're like, oh, you can't be funny. You kind of you too okay. You too all right.
Like you love your dad. What's going on? This is weird.
Yeah, Nika, you're so sweet. Every time she brings me on, gives the best intro, and she's just so lovingly. And she's always standing there you always make me feel so good when I finish my set. I'm like, did I do okay? And Onika's like, I was like, you need someone like that. So thank you.
Yeah, you're getting the pause breaks, and then they're standing up, and she's like, it was okay, girl. They standing up. They're not supposed to stand up.
Ain't nobody stand up. Nobody stood up. Last night,
right up.
You're there. You're at the Stand Comedy Club tonight, right?
I am.
We're gonna take a video.
Yeah, I am. Are you there tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a show at 5, and then I'm hosting the 8 and the 10.
Now, have you met the wonderful Dave Juskow under the Clueless sign?
I'm not, but hello, Dave. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, well, it's wonderful.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, Dave, you see how you have that Miss Pac-Man?
Yeah.
I have one also.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Isn't it the best?
Yes, it is.
Having one in your apartment, it's like a dream come true.
It is. Did you make it go fast? You know, there's a way to make it really fast.
What?
Come on, Dave.
I did not know that.
You gotta press that A, that selected an A, and then you can change the settings so it can be really fast.
Oh, I did not know that.
You're his friend for life now.
Wow. Cool. I have a golf one too next to it, and a driving one that I haven't put together yet.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
this is a true video arcade area here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Ashley stay there next time so she could play all the video games. My sister's in town, so every now and then I'm like, just stay with somebody else.
And then we're gonna go out and really annoy Marina. It's gonna be awesome. Marina, I have just asked for your sister's hand in marriage.
Oh, so it will not ever happen.
In-laws, huh?
Ever.
Hey, I'm your brother-in-law. That would be the greatest day of my life.
So Onika,
the worst day of yours.
So Onika Juskow, just a little backstory about who he is. He's a
Oh.
comic that Colin Quinn always says, I don't know why he's still around. It annoys me.
Why?
Colin is like, I blame Sarah Silverman for keeping him in this. And he says it like this. He goes, why are we even talking about Dave Juskow right now? We should not be talking about Dave. The fact that you even said his name right now just pisses me off. I blame Sarah. So he's a long time been around the comedy scene. I've known Dave when I first started with Rachel Feinstein. It was the most inappropriate meeting. I was looking for some weed, and Rachel was like, I think my friend has some. And I saw him whisper to her, oh my God, is she black? Like, what do I do?
I didn't know any black people.
That was our first introduction.
You didn't know any black people in New York?
No. And I was like, we're getting high with this black person? Is that all right?
So are you from New York, Dave?
I'm from New Jersey.
Okay.
And
Where?
Edison,
Okay.
like Central Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I only know black people in comedy. I don't even know any black people out of comedy.
I kind of don't believe that.
It's kind of true though, right, Marina? I guess.
Yeah, it is kind of true. But the thing is like, here's the funny part about that. Literally the next day at the cellar in the olive tree, he asked Rachel, who's that girl? I want to like talk to her. She's hot. It's me.
She is hot.
I'm one of those people that just doesn't recognize names and faces. It's awful. It's something I would like to fix. And I think we always talk about like Bill Clinton, who is so good at remembering. That's how he got elected president. You know, the person that remembers you the first time you meet somebody. It's so Cory Booker is really good at that. You know, that's how they win elections.
Yeah, I'm bad at that.
Me too.
I have to have seen you like unless you like somebody that I watch their stuff and one of the, as a student of comedy, study your stuff or whatever. I would have to meet you like 4 or 5 times so I can remember. But it's old lady brain. What can you do?
Oh, I don't. I feel it's more, and because I don't want to say it's old man brain like you're saying, but I think it's more like we just don't care. It's like,
no, but I do care.
I feel like I do too, but then maybe we don't if we're not taking the time to really remember somebody's name and face when we're talking to them.
But maybe you have a lot of things on your mind.
I have nothing else on my mind. Nothing.
No, he doesn't. No.
You do. Well, I always think women have a lot on their mind. Men are stupid and they only have one thing on their mind, and that's it. So we should be able to, and especially we should be able to remember a woman's name and face. So there's no excuse for a man. Women are as that lady says in Titanic, has a deep ocean of secrets, inside them.
And she's hot, so why wouldn't you remember her name? That's crazy, but.
Well, I did remember because
I have forgotten people's names that I know. Have you ever done that where you just like you're standing in front of someone you absolutely know and you just like, I don't know your name?
It's awful. It's a very embarrassing.
But
that's right. You ever remember my favorite movie? The other one besides Clues, Devil Wears Prada. Remember when Meryl Streep has the 2 girls behind her to tell her that's Senator Franklin and the woman he left his wife for, Rebecca. I'm like, I need that. I need those 2 people behind me to whisper in my ear. That's Marina Franklin and her friend Onika.
Yeah,
Onika,
you said Onika, right? But the thing about so I host a lot, so I have to remember, because when I don't remember people, that their first 5 minutes is on how dumb the host is and how she couldn't remember my name. So I just do word association. So if it's like Jill Hamilton, and I'm like, Hamilton, the president was gay, and then Jill up a hill. Like I do all that in my brain just so I remember.
Anita, I do the same thing. I host a lot too.
Onika.
Onika, what did I just say? Onika?
That's funny.
I'm sorry.
You said Onita.
Oh my God, I'm doing the same thing. God,
you go Onita.
I just did it. The worst part, your name is like right on the screen, so it's like that's even worse.
But do you need glasses?
I was just so excited to say what I was going to say. I guess I got too excited. But Onika, I host too, and that is the part where I'm always like, yeah, you got to memorize his name. So there we are putting the time into. Why can't we do that in our regular day lives?
Because you meet a lot of people. Most people know all the people that they're going to know.
You think so?
Yeah, like you'll meet maybe somebody at a Christmas party, maybe somebody at a, but you're like comedians, we meet so many people all the time traveling around the country. How many people you got to meet the higher ups and the low ups and then their management? It's a bunch of stuff. It's people think about it. If regular people, they know the people in their family, they know their core group of friends, and then they know people in their jobs. Most people work at those jobs for a million years. They know those same people. They don't know anybody else. They say that I read this article and it said that people know about 200 people because that's the size of a wedding, that's the size of the attendance at a funeral. 200 people. We know thousands of people. And
That's
then
right.
and they're coming in more and more every time I see somebody at the comedy club, and I'm like, "Hey, nice to meet you." And then they're like, "I met you 3 times already," and now I just say, "Good to see you," cause fuck it, like I can't. Good to see you. Good
Yeah.
to see
Yeah,
you.
you're so right on with that. And the worst part is when you say to somebody, "Very nice to meet you," and they're saying, "Nice to see you again." That's the worst. It's like, like, "Oh, we met before."
And you're dealing with comedians who are very sensitive, who are artists, and then you're dealing with management oftentimes wanted to be artists, so they're sensitive as well. So now you got all these sensitive, a million folks just coming at you at one time. So I just give myself a break because the average brain does not take in all that. They just don't. We're still meeting people.
I was telling someone a story last night about my first exchange with Donald Glover. That was not good.
But
What
the
happened?
father
Tell
or the
us.
And
son?
it was based on that sensitivity that you mentioned, or I'll call it ego. Um, but it was at the Upright Citizens Brigade UCB that used to
Mhm.
be on 23rd Street on the east side. And I
20
remember he
No,
was
no,
doing us that
UCB was on the west
the
side on
the
Oh,
the
it's
26th
n-
2 of
Street.
them.
they had two. They had a newer one that had
Mhm.
moved. They had one
I thought
that
that was on
moved.
the Lower East Side.
I mean, on the west side. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was on 26th Street.
Yes, that one.
Mhm.
And I was just
That line around the block used to drive me insane, but go on, sorry.
yeah, but it was a
Still don't
great
get it.
space. I'm so sad it's not there. And I got booked there a lot, and I would go in and I was just having fun, because I used to hang out with guys like Patrice and Keith, and they fuck with people. So I saw him and I was like, "You don't know me?" He goes, "Why would I?"
Dang.
Who
And
said
I
that?
was just like, I was just playing. Like I was just having fun, like
Mhm.
but it was that sensitivity thing that I guess I must have triggered something. And
Mhm.
I was like, I guess I'll never do that again. If I don't know someone as a comic, like I'll just like that stung me. I remember I was like, I kind of deserved it. I remember thinking to myself, you didn't know him, you kind of approached him like that. You kind of got what you deserve. But then I thought to myself, well, like and sometimes I think this, if I was a guy, like if I were like Patrice or Keith Robinson or any of those guys who like fuck with people like that, would it have been the same response? I don't know.
I think Onika's correct where she just says "nice to see you" or something. That's smart.
Mhm.
I don't know. This just came in my head. Do you remember Tommy Davidson from the TV
Uh-huh.
show, and then
Yeah.
he does
Mhm.
comedy? I remember him coming around. It was exciting to meet him. There was a guy. I thought for sure he just knew me, but people told me later he's just one of those guys that pretends that he completely remembers and knows you, and it really does make you feel good. But he
Mhm.
does. He had no idea. He's, oh man, it's so good to see you again. Like he was really talented at that, and that's
I
a real gift.
That
I
is a
I
gift.
I
I mean,
have
I
a
guess.
story. I have a story about that. So, I went to well, I wasn't invited, but the comedians were going to Dave Chappelle's comedy ball, right? And so I'm like, oh, I want to be there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna manifest it. I'm just gonna go and stand and I'm with the comics. So I job the comics. They all get in, not me. So now I'm standing in the rain. I'm pissed off,
Aw,
right?
I
I'm
would have
pissed off.
helped you.
Right, right, right. And everybody's like, hey, what's up? Coming out of their cars and stuff. And that's hilarious. And then Dave comes in to his own party and he's like, hey sis, what you doing out here? And I was like waiting to get in the party. And then he goes in and then his staff people let me in. crate, right? So now I feel good, and I'm in there, and I'm just standing there. I'm in my mind because now every comic that I know is in there, right? And I'm like, God, I need to hustle more. I need to get my name out there. I need an agent. I need this, and I'm just beating myself up inside while I'm smiling, acting like I'm having a fun time. And I'm just sitting there, and then I say, you have to get out and say hello to people. So I get up and I go over to Michael Che. I'm all the energy in my body. I'm like, hi, I'm Onika McClean. And he says, I know who you are. And that was it. I was like so happy for the rest of the night. And then as I come to know Michael Che, he just messes with people. He had no idea who I was. He just does that to new comics to just make
No, that's not Onika. That's not true, because I had heard that Che had spoken highly about you to Keith Robinson. He told me.
Okay, but that's now. This is when I first started. He didn't know who I was.
I think it was at that ball.
No, maybe the second ball or the third ball, but the first one, he didn't know who I was, and I was so excited. And then I started watching him when I would hang out with him, and he would just do that. People would just walk up to him, say something stupid, and in his mind, he'll just say something stupid back. And I said, "Oh, okay, I get it."
But that certainly made you feel good that day, right?
It made me feel like the comedy gods were smiling down on me, and eventually I'm doing something right. That's what I felt.
Marina, don't you want to switch us so I'm in the bottom covered by the... Yeah.
So we cover your face and not Onika's face.
Exactly.
Yes. We like to cover Dave's face.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's why
God.
You're welcome.
Okay. Onika, you would be surprised at who is watching, but that is hilarious. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I oftentimes, if I'm with someone and I have to do the introductions, and I don't know who someone is, I'll say the person whose name I do know, and I go, hey, and then I just let them take over.
You hope that they'll say their name back. I mean, it's...
No, you know what I do? I say, hey guys, introduce yourselves. And then I listen.
Oh, Onika.
I've been in corporate America a long time. I know. I say, hey guys, introduce yourselves.
Yeah, that's a good deal too. I've done that before at parties like that, what you're talking about, like a Chappelle thing, where I don't really know the two people that I'm introducing. I mean, what did I do? Marina, were you at that night of 1,000 stars that they do, that Smigel does for autism?
No.
Where all the comics are or something. I remember who was it? I was introducing Amy Schumer, who I just know a little bit, to maybe Chris Rock, and I don't really know either of these people great. And I'm like, wait, you two don't know each other? Well, this is nuts. I have to make this. And then I introduce the two other people, and then I walk away. And they're like, hey, who was that guy that introduced that? They have no idea. Yeah. But it's like, that's kind of fun to do too, where, you feel like you're like, yeah, I know everybody. That guy knows everybody. But I don't. I was introducing John Bon Jovi to somebody that day, and I don't know him. But it's fun sometimes if you're in a good mood and it's a festive occasion.
But you have no choice, because artists are so sensitive. So I try to always acknowledge humans, because so many people don't acknowledge humans, and you don't know what that person is going through or what's happening. So I just say, hey, how you doing? What's going on here? And it'll maybe appear that I'm maybe overly friendly or whatever it is, but I have been ignored, and I'd never like to be in that space. So just acknowledging my humanity is very important to me. So I just try to do that to people.
Just say what I said. You don't know who I am?
You better.
Let me tell you, let me tell you, I've done it to other people as just a social experiment. It does piss people off when you say, you don't know who I am. You just leave it in the air. Just let it hang there. And you'll see the wheels turning, and you'll see them going, this person's an asshole. And it's like, it's just the best thing. I'm telling you. It's great. I don't know if you've brought up Jim Florentine. Jim Florentine is the best for jokes like that.
Yeah,
has he ever done it?
Right?
Yeah, Crank Yankers, and he's been doing a lot lately. Still, he does practical jokes and stuff like that. But has he ever done anything to you?
No,
when
never.
You've been hosting?
He thinks I'm hot. So I think that he doesn't really play around with me because he thinks, you can see some people think that you're one of the guys, and then other people's like, she got a fat butt. I'm not. Maybe one day in a drunken stupor, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be her friend. So like, he's cool. We were supposed to do something with Bill Burr. He talked to me about some kind of opportunity. He said he's still working it out.
Oh, good. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, Jim Florentine is so funny. He used to always do this. He would go, "Are you mad at me?" And it worked every single time. He would say that to me, and I would drudge up stuff that I was actually mad at him about. And he would just have this weird smile on his face like this. And it was just something he would say. Like, try it. If you say to someone, "Are you mad at me?" And they'll go, "No." Sometimes they'll go, "No, why would I be mad at you?" I go, "Oh, God."
Or they'd be like, "Oh, because so and so must have told you that I said." You'd be like, "What?"
Yeah, and then it all comes out, and you're like, "I was just joking."
I said that to your friend Lois, and she just went off.
Oh, well, that's a whole different story.
Oh, okay. So I was
Lois
just
threw
making
it.
sure I wasn't crazy.
You know Lois. You've met Lois. Irish Lois.
I feel like you always talk about her. That's your best
That's
friend,
all
right?
she ever talks about is Lois.
Mhm.
It's awful.
Wasn't
That's
she?
her
gotta
She
get
used to
over her.
hang out
No,
at the
that's
stand all the time.
That's her person.
Yeah, she's the
That's her
worst.
person. Everybody needs a person.
No.
She
Do
threw
you have a
she
person,
threw a
David?
scone at David's head. That's why he's upset.
Yeah, I hate her.
I think you love her.
She has an Irish temper. So it's like, like I've tried to explain people, like even like certain people at the stand who she's mad at right now. I'm like, if you don't know her, like you got to know, like there's certain things you can't do with Irish people and Irish women. Like their temper can go to 100, like really fast. It is cultural. If you've ever seen an Irish woman go off, it's brutal.
Yeah. But
And
the
she
other
went off on
pieces,
Dave. She goes, "Yeah, here's your fucking scone." Like she was so mad. She goes, "I don't know why you're laughing at me." And he didn't really like. It was that she got a ticket, and
Marina knows me really well, and that one wasn't my fault.
I can never say it publicly
I understand.
because I don't want to get a scone thrown at my head. But she parked in the wrong spot at a gig I had. She drove me to the gig, and Juskow was opening, and and what happened was he has this dumb face sometimes that looks like he's really having a good time, and people hate it. And when she was angry, he had that dumb face on, and I know that's what triggered it. I know because he was with his friend. He was like, and she just was like, "You fuck," and I was like. She goes, "I told you about the ticket. You told me I was in the right spot and I was in the wrong spot." And then she goes, "Oh, here's your fucking scones." And she just throws the scones at him. And they haven't spoken. Well, you guys have kind of.
I tried to apologize exactly a year ago, last New Year's Eve, and she would not accept my apology.
Well, it wasn't a good apology, Dave. Let's be honest.
You got to call.
Well, I have nothing to apologize for, so it doesn't matter. But I tried to say, are we really going to just continue to not talk to each other? Or we have a mutual friend that she just would not accept the any kind of.
It was not great. You are leaving out some details.
Well, no, after she wouldn't accept my apology, then I laced into her. I'm like,
yeah. Well,
no, that's not fair.
She wasn't just
first
not accepting the apology. She was explaining what it was, and you were like, "Well, and then
no. I was going to sit for nothing less than an actual apology or to work it out together. But she was so rude that I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to go for it all and tell her how awful she is."
Did you do that?
Yes, he did. And that was not good.
How did it work out? Did you feel good about it later?
Yeah, I did.
Look, DJ Eric Prince.
He said he felt good about it. Oh God.
Well, she was a horrible person. I mean, that's the thing. It's like it doesn't bother me that. I mean, it bothers me because Marina's involved, so that's the only issue. If I never spoke to her again, it would be fine with me. But I try and be polite. We saw each other also in the summer, and I really tried hard to. What?
It was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I'm hoping she's just over this. I mean, it's ridiculous that she wouldn't let it go, and that's something I would do. So
No, when she locks in, she's like a pit bull, like an Irish pit bull.
Yeah.
Once someone has offended her, and I've let her know recently, I said to her, I'm surprised I've lasted this long.
Yeah, exactly.
And she laughed.
But then it got
She
worse
laughed.
too, because we went home and she hit a gas pump, and Marina's sister and I were laughing at her, and then that made her more angry. So it's also
Because when you're upset, you don't want people
afterwards,
having a
it's
good
my
time.
fault. But initially it wasn't. But then I made it worse. As
Okay.
DJ Eric Prince says, I truly am the worst.
Juskow is the worst. He gave a woman who was like struggling with her diet. He would bring her pastries every day at the office place.
Twinkies. Yeah.
And did you giggle when you bought them? Was that like a
Oh,
thing?
yes. All the time.
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah, I'm horrible.
okay. Assisting with like diabetes. Like
Some
that's
guy beat me up once, and I threw his girlfriend in front of him so he wouldn't punch me.
oh wow.
I used her as a human shield.
That's good. Nice.
Yeah, he's does.
Well,
But
it's one
the
of those
thing
things
he's
that seemed like
missing,
a good idea at the time.
there's so many stories, but the one with the Twinkies and the woman who was trying to lose weight, she eventually strangled Juskow at it.
No, those are two different stories.
Oh, there's so many.
You got strangled and punched. So okay.
Yeah. I get people hit me all the time. I make people so angry. But the HR lady at my old job tried to kill me at the office Christmas party. She strangled me and broke a blood vessel in my eye.
Oh my
I
God.
get people irritated.
Did you do EEOC? Did you call employment?
That's the thing. Who do you call when it's the HR director who's
you
doing it?
You call the government. You make a
look at Onika. You try to rationalize this.
you call EEOC
now.
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay.
But the managing partner came in and fired her. It wasn't because it wasn't my fault. Maybe in just the lead up, but you're not supposed to touch anybody. It's weird. So.
Oh wow!
Look,
but it's also hilarious. Most people that got it thought it was hilarious.
DJ Prince, I told you people. I'm like, God, right? Okay, so you antagonized her.
Well, I
got her to a point where she wanted to kill you, and then
she didn't understand comedy, and that's a problem. Like I'd see her in the elevator. I'm like, hey, you live on the Upper West Side, right? And she's like, yeah. I'm gonna ride my bike around your house this weekend. If you come out, we'll have a conversation. And apparently that just made her really nervous. She's like, he said he's going to ride my bike around our house. I'm like, he's kidding. He doesn't have a bike and he doesn't know where you live.
Right.
But she didn't find it funny.
Okay.
Yeah. And he doesn't really let go. He's like
once she didn't find it funny and she was mean, then if you're mean and you won't let it go like Lois, then I can't help myself but to.
Stace is giving you the benefit of the doubt here. She goes, I think we all know there's a possibility that Dave might have deserved something.
Right, but not to be choked. And I love Stace anyway.
But
Stace,
maybe
okay, we've hung out and drank together.
So I think I don't know, Dave. It seems like it's right because you threw the woman in front of the guy when you got to get punched.
Well, I just didn't think he would punch her, and I was naked.
And then and then HR was a lady.
Yeah. Oh, you think I have a problem with ladies?
Your pronouns are him and her.
Men want to punch me too.
Your pronouns are he and him.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Hold on, somebody's at my door.
Let her get it. Oh, Nico, we don't have to stay on too. I know you have to host tonight, so I know that's a lot. Like you have to get ready. What time is this first show you're hosting at the Stand Comedy Club?
It's at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. But I have a show at 5.
A show at 5.
But I'm not hosting. I'm doing a set.
Oh my goodness. So we should let you go so you could get ready for that show because I know that you have a lot and I cannot wait because this time next Saturday, actually, you guys who are on here next Saturday, I won't be doing a live because we'll be getting ready for the show at the City Winery.
Have not gotten your tickets, you are doing yourself a disservice because we are bringing the funny. Comedy is therapy, and we need it at this time. You know how the holidays are, so what we need you to do to get your tickets, and if you're not in town, send the link. It's on Marina's page, it's on my page. We'll send it again. We're gonna have a good time. Come out, support this is how you support Black women.
Yes. All right. Well, let me give you. Thank you so much.
Marina, you saw how I went right into sales mode, right? I was like,
Thank you. Thank you. And I'll see you later tonight.
see you later
Nice
tonight.
to meet you,
Great
Onika.
meeting you, David.
Yes,
I'll
nice
see you
meeting you
around,
too.
okay? All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Onika. Yeah, that was so much fun. Yes. Well, she got to know you real fast.
Yeah, she's really nice.
I knew you would like her. I know the people you would like. I know exactly. Like I knew you would love Paul last week. Like
Oh, yeah.
watching you listen to Paul was so much fun because he's like, and he continued giving me information. By the way, on you should do a show sometime, or you should have him on your show.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah.
Did I give you his? I'll give you his information
Okay.
because he would be awesome. Of course, he didn't really talk to us. Like it was like he was like telling us a lot, but he had so much information that I was like, I don't want to interrupt it. What's going on with you?
Sorry, I think there was a process server at the door, and I don't know what it was for. I could tell right away.
Prostitute?
Yeah. No, process server.
What's that?
Somebody who's serving papers for something. Who knows what? Divorce papers. I don't know.
It's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
It's
He
never.
goes, "Are he's like, are you Dave Juskow?" I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Are they still there?
I closed the door in his face. I don't know.
Did you lock it?
Yeah.
You said I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
They can't hear me saying that, right?
Well, I think he's not there anymore. But
Can you look under? Can you see feet underneath your door?
well, I looked out the peephole.
Go look again.
Okay.
It's just never. Look at that moron. We could see him on this like flyer here, the clueless map. Look at it. Oh my god. It's just never a dull moment. Oh, DJ Eric Prince, are you going to come? Are you going to send the wife with a few friends? Let me know. Do you want some tickets? Let me know. I'll hook you up. Is he still there?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. You got served? What do you think what did you do?
It could be tax stuff.
Oh my god.
If they do that. I mean, I think I settled everything with my rent, so I can't imagine that would be an issue.
Ooh, I'm nervous for you.
Yeah.
Do they just leave it at the door downstairs?
I don't know. Should I open the door?
Mike Decatur said it could be a scam.
Nah, I don't think so.
Juskow was doing a Biden. What? What did Biden do?
I think he's talking about Hunter Biden.
Hunter. Oh, Hunter. Oh, he's so hot, by the way, Hunter Biden. He had all those women. His story. I'm like, I wish I was one of the women that he spent all that money on. He is so hot. Like, like comedians like oftentimes hook up with politicians. That's what I want. I want Hunter. Give me some Hunt.
Why do you want that? That guy's out of his mind.
I know. I like that. That's what I like. He's so hot. He's out of his mind. He does bad things. He's supposed to be the good boy in the family, but he does everything wrong.
Well, then you must be incredibly attracted to me.
What?
Well,
why would he be attracted to you?
A bad boy.
Is he gay? Hunter Biden?
I don't think so.
You want him to be attracted to you?
I said you must be attracted to me the way you just described Hunter Biden. Attracted to me.
I was like, what?
Everything you just said. He's an idiot.
No, he's like, all women love bad boys. Oh yeah, you know what, Juskow? Haven't you played that character before where you've worn like you're trying to act like? Oh no, that was in Seinfeld with George. Remember, he was like, no.
Yeah, with the yank. Right, I was like, yeah, that's right, because that girl liked that he was because she kept saying, "You stay away from him. He's nothing but trouble."
And she's like, really?
Yeah.
And he was trying to play that up, and then someone was like, "Oh, George, he's really sweet." Elaine, yeah. He was like, "No, you're ruined."
right. He's like, and then it's like, she's like, "Is that your back pillow in your car or something?" Like, he's like,
"Oh my god, that's so hilarious." Well, I hope everything is okay, Juskow. I hope it's nothing serious.
Oh, it's serious when they come to your door.
It could be just like laundry or someone who's like trying to give you mail, like for a restaurant. Did the guy what'd they look like? Shady?
Just regular process service. That's why I knew something was up, But no, I mean, if they come to my door without the doorman calling up, there's always a problem.
Are you gonna, when we get off, are you gonna call your doorman and say, hey, how come you let that person up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. By the way, Juskow, happy Hanukkah.
Thank you very much. I'm going to light candles as soon as we get on.
Is this the second day, right?
Third night, yeah.
I should start doing this.
Second day, third night.
Second day, third night. I should start doing Hanukkah.
We can come over and light candles with me. That would be great.
I would love to.
In fact, what are you doing Tuesday night? I mean,
it's a
are you at the
crazy
cellar?
week.
Oh.
Tuesday night? Let me see.
I'll be upstairs, doing the podcast. I was going to light the candles either there or downstairs.
I think Tuesday night I don't think I'm doing anything. I have a mammogram.
Oh.
I'm doing Jim Norton's radio show at Sirius XM, and then in the morning to promote my show, and then I have a mammogram, and so I could probably come down after.
Yeah, what time are you talking about?
When's your show?
It starts at 6.
So I could probably come down and do you want me to do your show?
That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything, and I could promote the or are we allowed to do that on the cellar thing?
Sure.
Okay, so I could probably come down and do that. I always worry about that. I'm like not sure if you're supposed to promote other shows. Yeah, happy Hanukkah.
I wonder about that too, but I don't think they care.
Oh look, DJ says, "Do not respond. They have 7 years to catch you." Yeah. And then he adds a.
No, it's still pretty creepy,
That laugh. That's the craziest laugh. I'd never heard that one before. That one sounds. Those are like bad people laughing. Juskow. He's a guy who's always in trouble. He's a bad guy. He's got problems, but we love him. Yeah. So, what else is in the news, Juskow? What's
I don't know. We just got out early.
No.
Obviously, I'm a little shaken up.
I know. I could see that. I was like, he's got to deal with this issue. He's like, look at him. We could cut out early, but I do want to say, first of all, I want to say before we go, like, I want to wish everyone a happy holidays. I want to make sure you're all staying safe. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas.
So if there's no show next week, then there wouldn't be show for the next 3 weeks. We might not be back till January 6th.
January 6th, yes. And just so you all remember, it's my birthday on Christmas, so that's also why. And just don't forget to go check out me and Onika McClean at the City Winery. This is one of my first headline dates really in the New York area.
Yeah, why did it take so long?
It's a big deal. It took so long because I haven't had a good team, really. I have a better team behind me, thanks to you, Juskow. So as soon as I get a rhythm going, you're going to be going with me. Because I appreciate you so much for doing that. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. I'm working hard. I had someone say to me last night, Barry Ribs.
Yeah.
Remember Barry?
Sure I do.
Yeah, he was in the green room and he goes, Marina, I see you. You still out there hustling and you're doing it. And I appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you. He goes, some of these younger people, they just want to be stars. You're working hard. I see it. I see it. I see it. So come on out. I got a lot of new material that I'm really excited about. So that's next Saturday. That's this Saturday. This is a Saturday. So Saturday the 16th at 7:30 p.m. If you know someone in New York City and you're not in New York, just tell them to come and check me out. Okay. You can always go to that Linktree in the chat.
Make sure you dress warm. It is so cold over there.
But it's not cold today.
No. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When you go there, make sure you dress warmly. It's just on the water and it's always cold over there. Not inside, just before you get there. Just dress up.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
I'm telling you too.
Oh,
You
you know
know,
what I wanted to tell you
dress
before
warm.
we go? This
Yeah.
was on my mind. You think I'm whatever with the mask? I think like Lois did say the most brilliant thing I've heard in a while. She goes, Judah Friedlander. He is the only one I know. He goes on stage with the mask.
Yeah, that's insane.
He has a full and he
Well,
talks.
that guy has been before the pandemic. You know, my friend gives MRIs, and he was in her office once a week. So he's been paranoid and knew this was going to come sooner or later. You know, he was like an Asian person that knew way in advance, let's cover up. But to wear it on stage is insane.
He
Because
talks through
I know,
the
but it's bad. It's not fun for the audience when you can't see a performer's face or expression or hear it.
he was
It's
killing.
well, I wouldn't suggest doing that.
This
Marina.
woman did give him a backhanded comment. She's like, "You were the best, but we don't know what you look like."
Yeah. Well, just be careful because it's.
Do you know and then he had the nerve to tell me, Marina, your mask is not so it's not good." Because there's a little gap.
I haven't seen Judah Friedlander since the pandemic. I didn't even know he was still doing comedy again.
Oh, I heard Lori Kilmartin's so happy to run into a fellow masker. What did she say? She was talking about it?
Also, you're switching out the mics is a smart move, but you should always have the host do it before.
I do it. It's fun. It gives me a moment. And Lori actually said this. She goes, "You're the only one I know who does material about it. It's funny, and you're giving information." And it's like you do a solid 7 minutes on it. Oh my God, they had a wild goose chase on the West Side Highway. Can you imagine? They rescued a goose on the
an
West Side.
actual goose. Okay.
Yeah, they show the goose like on the side just trying to get away, and the cops like dived to rescue the goose. Sorry, I have ADD right now. But on her podcast, okay, Micah, did she talk about me on her podcast as a fellow? Yeah, because Lori wears a mask, I wear a mask, and but I do take it off on stage. Lori takes her off before she gets on stage. I take mine off while I'm on stage because I make
Right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I was just saying using it the entire time you're on would it's like kind of not fair to the audience.
Well, my face is what makes me funny, so I
That's
could
the
never
other thing
do
too,
that.
right? You want to see the expressions and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's difficult. I understand being paranoid or being safe, however you look at it with the mask. When you're on stage, though, and you're a performer, it's just, if I saw a Broadway show and I paid $250 for a ticket and everybody's wearing masks, I'd be so upset.
But when Lois said he is the world champion when it comes to this,
that's funny. You didn't say that.
I was like, that's freaking brilliant. She's like, he stayed out the longest. He's had the longest, because I thought I was the one but he's the one. And I actually had to follow him while he was talking through. And so I go on stage and I take off my mask and I go, well, we just have different understandings of the virus, I guess.
That's true.
Anyway, listen, maybe Dave would be better with a mask, that dumb face. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, we made him smile. See, there we go. Oh.
You can't talk over the applause. You can't hear you.
You can't?
No.
I can hear you over the applause.
I'm just telling you, it's happened multiple times since the laughs or applause, your mic goes out.
How about that?
That's awesome.
All right, Juskow, tell them that that they can listen to us on, was it Tuesday? Let me make sure. I'm gonna make sure. I gotta confirm.
It's okay. You can tell me tomorrow or whenever.
Okay. But tell them where they can find you.
Well, Tuesday, the Comedy Cellar nightly show podcast, and Juskow in the City. That's it.
Yay! And for me, Marina Franklin, you guys know I've been saying it the whole time. Make sure you listen to the podcast. Great episode this week with Keith Robinson and Zainab Johnson. And yes, Keith Robinson, he's taping his Netflix special.
Yeah, the day after Marina. So we're at the same place too. The day after Rachel.
Yeah, it's Yeah. I thought it was on the same day, no?
No, it's the day after.
Oh, okay.
Rachel's
And
on a
it's
Monday, his is on a Tuesday.
At the Sony Hall, and it is going to be amazing. You want to see like a legend workout material, like someone who's experienced the life challenges that he's experienced. His special is called Different Strokes because he's had 2. And we talk about it at length on this episode of Friends Like Us. It's such a good episode. Please listen to it, share it with anyone you know who's had to experience this and just needs a little bit of encouragement or just motivation. I think it's good. It's good stuff. And next week we have Jason Andors and Janice Aldana. We're talking about the Dominican Republic because it's cold. And there's no better place I'd rather be than somewhere warm. So this is we talk about why the Dominican Republic is one of the hot spots for vacation and for tourists. And of course, I added in all my paranoia about how I think it's going to be flooded there and will I be a hostage? All that stuff. I ask those questions and they get answered. So thank you so much. Make sure you go to my website, marinayfranklin.com. Don't forget to wash your hands, wear a mask still if you want. And Black Lives Matter. Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Have happy holidays.